The UK is done, and so are you. If you're lucky enough to leave, by all means leave. But if for whatever reason you're forced to stay in the UK, then these are the things that you need to consider. And I'm going to give you a strategy that I'm going to be using that's bulletproof. It's going to work. It's going to take some years, some time, but it's going to definitely work. So stay tuned if you want to hear that strategy. But where should we start? The UK has failed you. And I'm going to give you a background of my story and so you can see why I've come to this conclusion. And this is not an opinion. This is actually reality, depending on where you're coming from. If you've got rich parents that have left a nice, fat, juicy inheritance for you, good for you, my friend. Enjoy your fat, juicy inheritance. But for the remaining of us who live in the UK, we don't have the fat, juicy inheritance. So we actually have to go through this life being squeezed to death. Taxes upon taxes upon taxes upon taxes. Your paycheck, taxed. Buy bread, taxed. Milk, taxed. Any form of food you want to, taxed. I can make a whole song out of the tax situation that's going on in the UK. Buy bread, tax. Buy food, tax. Buy milk, tax. You're paying taxes upon taxes upon taxes upon taxes. Wake up. The system is rigged against you. It's like having a fence that is clear. In fact, I'll do one better. It's like having a glass wall put in front of you. Might as well compare it to the way fish don't see water. They don't actually realize they're trapped in the pond. To them, I don't even know if that's the noise of a fish, if that's what a fish makes. But swimming around not knowing that they're in a trap. They could be trapped in a net and they don't even know. Trying to get out. Welcome to the UK. You're fish in a pond and you're trapped. And the beauty of it is they try to make you feel trapped, but without you realizing that you are trapped. That's why there's all sorts of hotline. Call this if you're depressed. Call this number if you're feeling this. I think we were voted number 1 most miserable place to live, or something along those lines. Cost of living, super high, as we've just mentioned, but it just gets worse and worse. Stagnant wages. If I'm looking down, I want to make sure I cover every single thing. And let me know in the comment section down below if you agree with everything I'm going to be telling you guys. And don't forget, I told you I'm going to tell you my story. Where I've come from. The level of English that's coming out of my mouth right now. I had to learn this. English is like my 4th language. Listen and look and pay attention. 4th language. Meaning I remember not being able to dream in English. That's probably something you don't think about. If you was born speaking English, you just dream. Having a dream, you're chilling with Bob and Bill in the pub. Everything's in English. I remember not being able to speak English. First generation immigrant, bullied in school, the whole lot, you name it. The racism. We used to live in Glasgow. You can only imagine 15, 20 years back. Going through the whole schooling system, the whole education, which we're going to touch upon. Absolute insanity. Stagnant wages, like we were saying. Working around a circle. Being worked to death, essentially. And then, for what? Half of your wages gone. barely can pay the bills, barely can save, barely can get anything nice for yourself. In fact, you are lost in this whole equation. That's why we've got this financial page on YouTube right now to educate you on how to better manage your finances, because they've trained you. The first thing for you to do when you get your paycheck is not even for you to keep any of it. It's for you to go and pay the government. They don't trust you to pay the government first. That's why they take the government's cut before you get to do anything with your money, aka taxes. And if you're not well trained, then you take that money and you go and spend to buy some Gucci, a nice purse. Oh, let me treat myself, nice shoes. Not knowing you're feeding into the system. You're not paying yourself, you're paying them. Because that money goes all the way to the top. I'm sure you've heard of the saying that if they stripped the entire world of all of their wealth, it will soon end up back to the top, to the Jeff Bezos, the Elon Musks, Mark Zuckerberg, all of these billion-dollar people who run these billion-dollar companies. The money will soon end up back in their pockets. Why? Because they think differently. If you gain anything from this video, is shift and change your mindset if you're going to remain in the UK and operate differently. If you're like, I'm done, I'm genuinely moving, then I urge you to do so. But before doing, come up with a bulletproof plan. Acquire skills that's going to allow you to work from your laptop. So this way you're not tied down. And if you don't know already, don't get a mortgage. I've offended you, haven't I? Oh, mortgage. Oh, I've always wanted to get a mortgage. Renting. It's a sin to rent. No, it's not. In fact, I would argue that it's freedom. You're not tied down. What's the whole obsession with owning a box of bricks in one location that takes you 69 years to pay off? It's for my children. It's for... When they get to inherit it, they get slapped with a nice, fat, juicy inheritance tax that actually strips away the majority of what you left them. And then they've got tax upon tax, property tax, and all of this to pay on top. And God forbid you die before you pay off the mortgage, because then all you've done is you've left them debt. Oh, but they get to own it after. There's a party going on. You're not invited. Neither am I. The elites, the people at the top, they've got all of this figured out. Down to the T. And it's so sad that people are just going by their day, checking, and they're not realizing or thinking long-term, wait, if this keeps on cycling, aka Mr. and Mrs. Hamster, and I keep on losing energy, the strength, because you're getting older and older, how long can I keep this up for? Most of the time, I used to design kitchens and sell kitchens. And very often, they'll tell us to be the best salesman. Tell them you're not selling them the kitchen, you're selling them dreams. And once we adopted this mindset, I started selling like mad. You sell them on the dream of what the kitchen can bring them. Oh, Christmas will be amazing then. Brand new kitchen. Not the material. The dream. They've sold you on the dream. The banks. Mortgage. Mortgage. In fact, in French, mortgage means death. Mort. Mort. M-O-R-T. Mort. Death. Mortgage. One of the best things Whether you believe me or not, I'm just some guy on the internet, aka Ronnie MP. Whether you believe me or not, it's up to you. You're an adult, you could make your own decisions and your own choices. But that one property that you're getting super excited about, the mortgage, I promise you, it's not what you think. Getting a nice fat chunk of your paycheck going away, not only to taxes, then to all your expenses, to all your bills, and then to a mortgage where you have to forget anything going wrong, whether you're sick or not. The mortgage has to be paid. It has to. I don't know why I sounded Chinese there. It has to. It has to be paid. Like some of my Indian friends will say, Beta, mortgage, it has to. It 150,000% has to be paid. No ifs, no buts, no maybes. It has to. Take it and go. Take it and go. It has to be paid. Mama said there'll be days like this, there'll be days like this. My mama said there might be a rainy day. And if you live in the UK, it's always a rainy day. What more can I say? You wake up. Most of you don't even wake up like that. You wake up to a flipping sound that you hate. The alarm. Ding, ding, boom. You look outside. It's not sunny, no. It's gloomy, dark, grey, like a horror movie. Like a Dracula movie. No sun. Oh my days, the sun's out. Woof. No, it's not. Bye. It's gone. Welcome to the UK. Oh, the UK. I feel like Shakespeare making a poem about the UK. The UK, it ruined my sight. The UK, it destroyed my life. The UK, it's a massive burden. The only thing we have is the Big Ben, spinning wheel, and the gherkin. I don't even know how I'm spitting all of these bars off of the top of my head, off of the top of the dome. But my objective is for you to be the king of your own money and sit on a great financial throne. If you're still not convinced, then let me carry on and tell you that the limited job opportunities mixed with how low you're being paid will only lead you to dial a number and call, and the person on the other end is telling you why you shouldn't maybe jump off a certain high place, maybe why you should just still hang in there because you're struggling. It's removed itself from finance. It's gone to mental. Now, all of a sudden, stroke. This is a reality, guys. This is a day. And in fact, this is so sad. But less than 2 weeks ago, I came across a post where a young, healthy, strong man was working multiple jobs to try and become something. And they died in their apartment for several months. Nobody noticed. They didn't have anyone. Loneliness off the charts. You know what's scary is, I've told you this story right now, but it sounds familiar. Why? Because it's a never-ending story. You hear it very often. Very, very often. And if you don't, you just don't do the research because you're too busy working your 9 to 5. So locked in, so focused and locked in. a 65-year-old at a work that I used to work at. I'm going to keep the company private. They worked super hard, saved up all of this money. Finally paid off the one house, the mortgage. Oh my days, I need a mortgage. Only to then die before reaching 66 years old. They were 65. So they worked their entire life. They devoted and gave their entire life to the system to not even enjoy a full year to themselves. And you're telling me I'm supposed to gather the most large sum that I've ever made in my life, dump it into a deposit, and then spend the remaining of my life paying a £900 or dollars, same thing in the US, every single year. So a house that could have cost me 600 grand will end up costing me 1.2 million in the lifespan of what, 60 something years. Can't you see the psyop, aka psychological operation, that's going on? Very often we say if something's free, then you're the product. In this case, it might seem like, yes, free. No. I mean, you're the product. Because your energy, your life force is being used to build someone else's company. In fact, I would say a paycheck is what they give you so you can sacrifice your own vision and dreams and aspiration. So you can work hard and dump your dreams to build someone else's dreams. And then the flash entertainment, Netflix, all of these expenses in your face. I need to enjoy. I've worked super hard. The weekend, look forward to the 2 days that you get. The 2 days. It's so amazing having 2 days off. So amazing. It's rigged from head to toe. And the ones who understand it are the ones who begin living. The ones who evacuate are also the ones who begin living. Caveat, the ones who evacuate with a plan, they begin living. Some of you guys, some people have gone to Thailand, ended up broke on the streets of Thailand. Because financially, they're not smart. In the description, I'm going to have certain books that you need to read, must read books. One of them being The Richest Man in Babylon. You're going to very quickly start to understand that money is not only spiritual, but money is a mindset. And the sooner you shift your mindset, the sooner you become free. I'm going to repeat that again. For the ones with big ears, but they don't listen. It goes in one ear, comes out the other. It caught here, the beam there. If you don't change your mindset, you will never conquer or win money. And as I told you, I'm going to give you the strategy. At the end of this video, I'm going to give you the strategy, the blueprint that I'm using, that you should be using, that will ensure you retire early, aka you reach FIRE, financially independent, retire early. But it has to be, it's a must that you start to learn finances. Not just read books for the sake of it, but you start to implement these things. And you, my friend, I'm telling you, your bank account is going to start looking juicy for once in your life. For once. Quality of living sucks. Political issues sucks. These are all of the things that you already know. The education, get in debt so you can get a decent amount of job. Most of you guys, you graduate not even doing the job that you graduated from. And now you've got another debt that's added and is following you around. Student loans. Let me tell you the plan. This is the plan. And it's not for the weak. If you're a little geek, if you're weak, this is not for you. Now's the time. Thank you for the views. You've watched the video. You click off, you can go. But if you're like, okay, no, I want to change my life. I genuinely want to change my life. I've been feeling like I need a plan, and I've just miraculously landed on this video. Could this be the one? I'm here to tell you this is the one. This is the video you've been looking for. This is the blueprint. First of all, get a job. Don't be picky, get any job. If you've already got the job, great. I'm going to tell you what to do next. If you don't have the job, just get any job. It's much easier for you, trust me, I've worked a bunch of jobs. It's much easier for you to get another job that you actually genuinely, decently like. Because I don't believe there's any job you really like unless it's you doing something for yourself. You working on something that you genuinely enjoy and you've turned into a business. You know, if you love what you're doing, you'll never work a day in your life. You know that. You know, right? So get a job. Once you've gotten the job or you have the job, become the best in that job. I don't care what job it is. Become so good that they can't get rid of you. Oh, we're downsizing. Oh, not him. Oh, come on, man. Someone else. Start putting in the hours. I know it sounds like, you're telling me how bad these jobs are and now you're telling me to work super hard at the job? Yes, dummy. There's a game plan here. You need to become number one in that job. When they think about that job, they think about you because they're like, okay, nah, he's good at it. It's going to ensure you've got a consistent cash flow coming in. Now, what we're going to be able to do with that money that's coming in after your expenses, needless to say, cut all of the things that are just silly expenses off. Okay, eating out, restaurants, all of this. If you genuinely want to be in an amazing situation financially, in under 3 years, under a year, this can happen. Under 6 months, it just depends the energy you're operating at. Joshua Salmon once said, if you don't know who Joshua Salmon is, just Google him. In one of the old sermons, if a rat is chasing you, you run differently compared to a lion chasing you. There's different level of energy. Number one, the rat's chasing you, lion chasing you. The level of fear is different because you know you's about to be breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And if you're fat, overweight, then goodness me, breakfast, lunch, dinner, and leftovers. So, if you want to go down the 6 month route where right now you're a brokey, you're struggling, but in 6 month time you've got literally a couple of thousands, more than enough for an emergency. 10k, 5k. We'll go with the 6 months to a year. If you're like, I'm a bit lazy, I'm just going to keep it 100. I'm lazy, I'm overweight, so it's going to take you a bit longer. We'll go with plan 2. But the plan that I'm going to be giving overall will work for either plan 1, plan 2, plan A, plan B. It will work for all of them. Keep your job. Ask for extra hours so it gets paid as overtime. If you can, if you're strong, if you're the one who's being chased by a lion and you want to get there quicker, then I'll challenge you, take up another job. Notice I haven't even mentioned side hustle yet. Take up another job. Now pay attention because this is the most important part. Every single cash, every single dollar that you are earning, it is yours to keep. And by yours to keep, I'm talking about after your basic necessities are done for. Food, you're not a greedy pig. You're not going to die. Cut down on everything because you've realized, wait, I'm getting older and older and I don't want to be broke. If I eventually want kids, wife and all of this, I need, I want to. No, I need to do something right now. You guys are getting me fired up. Right now, I need to operate on a different level. Money needs to start to come in and I need to keep money. Since money likes to move, this is how we're going to move the money. Once the money's moving into your bank account, aka money loves to move. It doesn't like to stay still. When it stays in the bank account, you end up spending it. That's why you're here. That's why you're a brokey. That's why you're watching this video. It moves from the government or wherever it's coming from, your company, they pay you into your bank account. It already departed. Half of it already left you because of tax. The other half, you receive it. You then take that money and you have ideally 2 accounts. You can have more than 2, but ideally 2. Take that money, the investment money, out of sight. Out of sight means out of mind. You put in the investment. In fact, you set up a standing order where as soon as you get paid, it gets taken out. It gets deducted and gets shipped over to the investment account. You keep and calculate all the basic necessity, how much you need per month to survive and eat normally. Not comfortably, just normally. Because don't forget, this is short term. Long term, you're going to be living good. You keep that money. Say, for example, you make, what's a crappy salary? £1,800 per month. You take, for example, let's just say, all right, we're just going to use this. You've maxed and worked super hard. You're able to live off of £800 per month. Just for simple explanation purposes. You take the 1K. You don't go and buy Gucci. You don't go and buy nice Jordans. Oh, I need to treat myself. Me and my missus. You guys are going to go homeless if you keep that mentality up. You say this is the 5 years of hardship and struggle, where I'm going to work super hard and build something and make something of myself. If you're being chased by by a rat, by a little rat, and you're like, you're scared, but you're not that scared. But if you're being chased by a lion, you're like, okay, in the next year, I'm changing my life. I'm having minimum like 20 grand saved up, liquid, cash. Okay? So you take that income. Remember, we said 1.8K. You're surviving off of the 8K, off of the 800. The 1,000, you're going to invest it. Stocks and shares, ISA ideally, because then it's tax free. Open up an ISA account with Trading 212. Goodness me, what can I do for you guys? I've got a course. I might link it in the description down below, where I show you how to get started, the whole setup, because it's long. I can't do it in this one video. It end up being 5-hour video. Okay? But how you set up, how you get started with investment, which stocks to buy, which shares to buy, blah, 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 Trading 212. So the course, I will link it in the description of this video. If you want it, go out and get it. If not, if you're trying to save money and you're struggling, don't get my course, please. This is not the video for me to try and sell you the course. Don't get it. But if you need, you don't even know where to start, then I would recommend you getting it, because I want you to succeed. When you're financially independent and you're doing good, am I going to be there to take the credit? Am I going to eat your money for you in the bank account? No. So I'm genuinely trying to help you out, because I've been through this. And I'm currently going through this and executing the plan to perfection. That's why I'm sharing it. That 1K, invest it. Crypto, you can go with Bitcoin or Ethereum, because they're like the blue chip of the crypto investment, meaning they're safe. Even if it goes down, it's going to eventually go up. Bitcoin is going to go up. Okay? I was saying this about Tesla when it comes to investment, it's going to go up. So if you go the stocks or the ISA route, Amazon is a decent one. Facebook here and there. Tesla, absolutely amazing. I've crushed it with Tesla. A ton of my subscribers have crushed it with Tesla, because I used to mention it back in the past. Oh, you don't know what you're talking about. It's too volatile. It's too crazy. Now who's got the last laugh? Me, obviously. Haha. So stocks and shares. You could do 500 Bitcoin, 500 stocks and shares ISA. Try and max out the ISA. It gives you a 20 grand limit every single year. If you can max it out, the ISA, stocks and shares, absolutely amazing. If you can't, 15 grand, 10 grand, that's decent. But in 1 year, you should be able to, depending with the energy that you're running at, remember, the rat or the lion, It's up to you how quick you want to do this. But in 1 year, you should be able to save minimum 17 grand. Liquid. Minimum. You should be able to save 17 grand. If you live like a brokey, remember, we're living poor right now so that tomorrow we can live decently and you can move out of the UK if you genuinely want to, because you know you're good financially. You've got liquid, you've got cash. You've got you've developed a skill that you can work off your laptop. You can speak fluent English. You can get a job that you're working from home on your laptop, and you don't have to be stuck in a dark, gloomy horror movie scene called the UK. Do you understand what I'm telling you? Needless to say, if you're fat, get yourself in the gym. Expense-wise, gym is the only thing you can compromise on. Gym membership, obviously, we know the gym costs money. So, gym membership, you can pay for that because health is wealth. All my days, the health is great. You get the gist. You have to remain fit because if you're sick, then obviously you can't work. The whole plan goes to bits. Do you understand? Guys, I'm telling you the blueprint to change your life. The ones who will take this serious, who understand everything I'm saying, will be in the comment section down below. Wow, amazing video. This guy is sick. Props, wow. The dummies who think this is a joke and all of this, who are going to eventually end up being destroyed, decimated, brokies in their 40s, late 30s, are the ones who are going to clown this. Oh, the UK is not that bad. Oh, my government cares about me. Oh. My granddad used to say, for those who have ears, let them hear and listen. If you don't have ears, if you're sitting on your ears, aka your ears are down on your butt, so you've sat on it, so you're deaf, you can't hear it, you can't hear the advice, you can't hear the warning, you can't see it, you're not perspicacious, by all means, you do you, honey boo boo. Do you. Do you. If you think I'm chatting nonsense, I'm chatting rubbish, what does this guy know? This guy, this immigrant, this African, what does he know about the UK, my home? Cool. But there's countless of stories where that came from. The story that I told you about the 65-year-old dying before retirement, 69 years old, passed away, stroke. They've been stressed out their life, saving, oh, my mortgage, that one house. Forgetting there's still property tax to pay. There's still electricity bills. If you don't have an income, you can't exactly live, can you? Oh, my pension. This goes for all of the Africans who are Nigerian, Ghanaian, Congolese, wherever you are, you're trying to migrate and come into the UK so you can build. This applies for you. If you're born in the UK, Indian, all of everything that I've just said in this video applies to you. Now, the question is, what are you going to do about it? As I told you, I'm here for you guys. If you need financial help, link is in the description. Like this video, share it with someone who needs this, and let me know which video I should make next. I'll catch you in the next one. God bless you. Stay working hard.